The Renaissance, a time of rebirth, a time of change. It was a period that saw the revival of art, culture, and intellect after the long, dark years of the Middle Ages. This era, spanning roughly from the 14th to the 17th century, was marked by a renewed interest in the classical ideas of ancient Greece and Rome. It was a time when humanity began to see the world through a new lens, one that celebrated human potential and creativity. After the Middle Ages, Europe woke up. The continent was buzzing with new ideas and innovations. The Renaissance was not just a cultural movement. It was a profound transformation that touched every aspect of life, including fashion. Art, literature, science, everything was new and exciting. Fashion was no exception. The way people dressed began to change dramatically, reflecting the broader shifts in society. Clothing became a canvas for self-expression and a symbol of one's social status and wealth. Gone were the days of simple clothes. The plain and utilitarian garments of the Middle Ages gave way to more elaborate and ornate styles. People began to experiment with different fabrics, colors, and designs, pushing the boundaries of what was considered fashionable. The Renaissance embraced beauty, luxury, and self-expression through fashion. It was an era where clothing was not just about covering the body, but about making a statement. The rich and powerful used fashion to display their wealth and influence, while artists and designers saw it as an opportunity to showcase their creativity. Imagine rich fabrics, vibrant colors, and intricate details. Velvet, silk, and brocade were popular choices, often adorned with elaborate embroidery and jewels. The use of vibrant colors like deep reds, blues, and golds added to the opulence of Renaissance fashion. This was a fashion revolution. The changes in clothing styles were not just superficial. They reflected deeper shifts in society. The Renaissance was a time of exploration and discovery, and this spirit of innovation was evident in the way people dressed. Italy became the heart of this fashion revolution. The country was home to some of the most influential artists, designers, and thinkers of the time. Cities like Florence, Venice, and Milan were at the forefront of this cultural and fashion renaissance. Cities like Florence, Venice, and Milan were thriving. These urban centers were hubs of commerce, art, and culture. They attracted wealthy merchants, powerful families, and talented artists, all of whom played a crucial role in shaping the fashion of the era. Wealthy merchants and powerful families became patrons of the arts and fashion. They commissioned elaborate garments and accessories, setting trends that others would follow. Their patronage helped to elevate fashion to an art form, one that was celebrated and admired. They wanted to show off their status and sophistication. Clothing became a way to signal one's place in society. The more elaborate and luxurious the garment, the higher the status of the wearer. What better way than through their clothing? The intricate designs and luxurious materials used in Renaissance fashion were a testament to the skill and creativity of the artisans who made them. These garments were not just clothes, they were works of art. The Renaissance marked the beginning of fashion as we know it. It was a time when clothing began to be seen as a form of self-expression and a way to communicate one's identity. The trends and styles that emerged during this period laid the groundwork for modern fashion. It was a time of experimentation and innovation. Designers and tailors were constantly pushing the boundaries, trying new techniques and materials. This spirit of creativity and exploration led to some of the most iconic fashion trends in history. This era gave birth to trends that would influence fashion for centuries to come. The silhouettes, fabrics, and embellishments of Renaissance fashion can still be seen in modern designs. The legacy of this period is evident in the way we dress today. From the elegant silhouettes to the luxurious fabrics, the Renaissance laid the foundation for modern fashion. The emphasis on beauty, luxury, and self-expression that characterized this era continues to shape the way we think about clothing and style. The story of Renaissance fashion is a fascinating journey through time, a testament to the power of clothing to reflect cultural shifts and societal values. It shows how fashion can be a mirror of the times, capturing the essence of an era and the spirit of its people. Get ready to be transported to a world of beauty and opulence as we delve deeper into this captivating era. Join us as we explore the rich history and enduring legacy of Renaissance fashion, a period that forever changed the way we dress and express ourselves. Italy was the epicenter of the Renaissance. This period, spanning from the 14th to the 17th century, marked a profound cultural transformation. Cities like Florence, Venice, and Milan became the cradles of innovation, art, and fashion. The architectural marvels of the time, with their intricate designs and grandiose structures, still stand as testaments to this golden age. Its powerful courts were trendsetters. The nobility and the elite set the standards for what was considered fashionable and elegant. These courts were not just political centers, but also hubs of cultural and artistic activity. The opulent interiors of their palaces, adorned with frescoes and luxurious furnishings, reflected their immense wealth and taste. Think royal families and wealthy merchants. They used clothing to display their wealth and influence. The garments they wore were not merely for protection or modesty, but were statements of power and prestige. The more elaborate and intricate the clothing, the higher the status of the wearer. Imagine lavish banquets and grand balls. These events were like fashion shows, everyone dressed to impress. The halls would be filled with the rustle of silk and the shimmer of brocade as guests paraded their finest attire. These gatherings were opportunities to showcase the latest trends and to see and be seen by the influential members of society. One of the most significant changes was the silhouette. Clothes became more fitted. This shift marked a departure from the loose and flowing garments of the previous era. Tailoring became an art form, with garments designed to fit the body closely and highlight its natural shape. Men showed off their legs in tights and doublets. These garments were designed to emphasize the male physique, showcasing strength and virility. The doublet, a snug-fitting jacket, often featured elaborate embroidery and detailing, making it both functional and decorative. Women accentuated their waists with corsets and flowing gowns. The corset, a tightly laced garment, created an hourglass figure, which was the ideal of beauty at the time. The gowns, often made of luxurious fabrics, flowed gracefully, adding an air of elegance and sophistication. The Renaissance embraced the human form. Clothing highlighted the body's natural curves. The celebration of the human body was a reflection of the broader cultural movement that placed a renewed emphasis on the beauty and potential of the individual. This was a departure from the Middle Ages, when clothes were loose and flowing. The medieval period favored practicality and modesty, with garments designed more for function than form. The Renaissance, however, brought a shift towards aesthetics and personal expression. Fabrics were rich and luxurious. Velvet, silk, and brocade were imported from the East. These materials were not only beautiful, but also rare and expensive, making them highly coveted. The use of such fabrics was a clear indicator of wealth and status. These fabrics were expensive and difficult to obtain, making them a status symbol. Only the wealthiest could afford to dress in such opulence, and doing so was a way to visibly demonstrate their social standing and influence. Imagine running your fingers over smooth velvet or shimmering silk. The tactile experience of these fabrics added to their allure. The softness of velvet and the sheen of silk were not just visually appealing, but also sensually delightful. These fabrics added a touch of luxury and indulgence to Renaissance fashion. Wearing such materials was a sensory experience, enveloping the wearer in comfort and elegance. It was a way to indulge in the finer things in life and to stand out in a crowd. The Italian courts were a melting pot of cultures and ideas. Influences from across Europe and beyond converged in these centers of power. This cultural exchange enriched the fashion of the time, bringing in new styles, techniques, and materials. This fusion is reflected in the fashion of the time. From the elaborate designs to the rich colors, Renaissance fashion was a feast for the eyes. The intricate patterns and vibrant hues were a testament to the creativity and skill of the artisans who crafted these garments. Each piece was a work of art, designed to captivate and impress. Let's talk fabric. The world of textiles is vast and fascinating, filled with a rich history that spans centuries and continents. From the earliest days of human civilization, fabric has played a crucial role in our daily lives, not just as a means of covering our bodies, but as a form of expression, a symbol of status, and a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship of different cultures. The Renaissance was all about luxurious textiles. This period, spanning roughly from the 14th to the 17th century, was a time of great cultural and artistic flourishing in Europe. Textiles were no exception. They were a key element in the display of wealth and power, and the fabrics of the time reflected the opulence and grandeur of the era. Think velvet, silk, satin, and brocade. These fabrics were the epitome of luxury, each with its own unique qualities and appeal. Velvet, with its soft, plush texture, was a favorite for its rich, tactile feel. Silk, known for its smoothness and sheen, was prized for its elegance and versatility. Satin, with its glossy surface, was perfect for creating a sense of sophistication and glamour. And brocade, with its intricate woven designs, added a touch of artistry and complexity to any garment or decor. These fabrics were imported from the East. They were a sign of wealth and status. The trade routes that brought these luxurious materials to Europe were long and perilous, but the demand for such exquisite textiles made the journey worthwhile. Merchants and traders would travel great distances to acquire these precious goods, and their arrival in European markets was always a cause for excitement and admiration. Imagine the soft feel of velvet against your skin, or the way silk shimmers in the candlelight. These sensory experiences were a big part of what made these fabrics so desirable. The tactile pleasure of running your fingers over the dense pile of velvet, or the visual delight of watching silk catch and reflect the light, were sensations that spoke to the luxurious nature of these materials. These fabrics were not just for clothing, they were also used for wall hangings and furniture. The opulence of these textiles extended beyond personal attire to the very spaces people inhabited. Richly woven tapestries adorned the walls of grand homes and palaces, while sumptuous fabrics covered furniture, adding to the overall sense of luxury and refinement. Velvet was a favorite. It was made from silk or cotton and had a short, dense pile. This gave it a luxurious feel. The process of making velvet was complex and labor-intensive, involving the weaving of 2 layers of fabric simultaneously, which were then cut apart to create the characteristic pile. This intricate method contributed to the high cost and desirability of velvet. Velvet was often used for gowns, cloaks, and doublets. These garments were not only beautiful, but also served as a statement of the wearer's wealth and status. The rich texture and deep colors of velvet made it an ideal choice for creating dramatic and elegant clothing that stood out in any setting. Silk was another popular choice. It was lightweight, breathable, and had a beautiful drape. The natural properties of silk made it perfect for a wide range of garments, from delicate undergarments to elaborate outerwear. Its ability to regulate temperature meant that it was comfortable to wear in both warm and cool climates, adding to its versatility and appeal. Silk was used for everything from undergarments to elaborate gowns. The versatility of silk allowed it to be used in a variety of ways, from the most intimate pieces of clothing to the most extravagant and ornate gowns. Its smooth texture and natural sheen made it a favorite among those who could afford it. Satin was another luxurious fabric. It was made from silk or cotton and had a smooth, glossy surface. The unique weave of satin gave it a high sheen and a smooth finish, making it ideal for creating garments that exuded elegance and sophistication. Satin was often chosen for evening wear, where its lustrous appearance could be fully appreciated. Satin was often used for evening wear. The fabric's glossy surface and smooth texture made it perfect for creating stunning evening gowns and other formal attire. The way satin caught the light added an extra layer of glamour to any outfit, making it a popular choice for special occasions. Brocade was a heavy fabric with intricate woven designs. This fabric was known for its elaborate patterns, often featuring floral or geometric motifs woven into the fabric itself. The complexity of these designs required a high level of skill and craftsmanship, making brocade one of the most prestigious and sought-after textiles of the time. It was often used for ceremonial robes and gowns. The weight and richness of brocade made it ideal for creating garments that were meant to impress and convey a sense of importance. Ceremonial robes, in particular, benefited from the grandeur of brocade, as the intricate designs and heavy fabric added to the overall sense of majesty and solemnity. The use of these luxurious fabrics elevated Renaissance fashion to new heights of opulence and grandeur. The combination of rich textures, vibrant colors, and intricate designs created a visual feast that reflected the wealth and sophistication of the time. These textiles were more than just materials. They were a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship of the Renaissance, a period that continues to inspire and captivate us to this day. In the Renaissance, your clothes spoke volumes. They told everyone your social standing. Laws even dictated what different classes could wear. This ensured that everyone knew their place in society. Imagine a world where your clothes determined your opportunities. That was the reality of the Renaissance. The wealthy adorned themselves in luxurious fabrics and intricate designs. They spared no expense in showcasing their status. The upper classes had access to the finest silks, velvets, and brocades. They adorned their garments with jewels, embroidery, and fur. Their clothing was a symbol of their wealth, power, and refinement. In contrast, the lower classes wore simple, practical clothing made from wool, linen, and leather. Men's clothing also reflected their profession. Merchants wore long robes and caps. Artisans donned practical clothing suitable for their craft. The sumptuary laws ensured that fashion served as a visual reminder of the social hierarchy of the time. The Renaissance fashion system may seem restrictive today, but it highlights the integral role of clothing in reflecting and shaping societal structures.
Absolutely. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content like this. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue creating quality videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest uploads. Your support keeps us going.